Well, okay guys, look like my pork chops are ready. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the oven. Alrighty, the pork chops are ready. There's some nice pork chops, guys. What do you think? They're nice cooked. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making homemade pork chops, as you see here. And I'll be setting the oven at 355 degrees Fahrenheit, up to 30 minutes of cooking. And this is optional. The butter basting is optional. Also, the coating, the cornmeal and flour is optional. And these are the ingredients I use and the amount that I use. If you miss any of this, don't worry. It'll be within the video itself. And at the end of the video, I will once again put a thing of the of my measurements, my seasoning measurements. All right. The other side of the pork chop. You could just lightly coat it. And I'm not going to pat this one down because there's no need to if I got the little, at that. Y'all see my hands already. Got the, because I'm going to do this one time. Put them all in there together. Okay. Corn muffin mix. I'm using this as a coating. And I'm going to put a little bit of this flour mixture in there. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with it later. And this is the corn muffin mix that I was talking about right here. Okay. And then we're going to have different... I'll show you guys all of the ingredients that I'm going to be putting in it. Guys, I got my pork chops soaking right now. So I'm going to leave that to this bowl. We're going to add basil, about a teaspoon, of basil, a teaspoon and a half of this all-purpose seasoning. This is the adobo, however you pronounce it. You guys know how to pronounce this stuff. All right, but anyway, so we're going to use about a teaspoon and a half of that. That's 1 teaspoon. And that's about a half a teaspoon. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of this onion powder. 2 teaspoons. That's 1. We're going to use 2 teaspoons, so that's 1, and this is the second teaspoon, okay, of onion powder. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the garlic powder in here. It's 1. That's 2. Guys, you can use 1 teaspoon of each of these if you wish to. It depends on how well and how much you like them. Okay, so now we're going to only use 1 teaspoon of this seasoned salt, because there is a little bit of salt in the other seasoning that I already put in here. So we got to use 1 teaspoon of salt. A little more than 1 teaspoon. Just a little bit over, because it's not leveled. Okay, guys. Black pepper. Okay. A teaspoon of paprika. Okay. All right. pork chops, baking my pork chops. It's going to be like a baked cooked. I'll show you what I mean when I do it. Okay. It's going to be in the oven. Okay. Well, okay, guys. So we got all of our ingredients that we're going to be using here in this bowl. Okay. And we're going to be using the cornmeal. We're just going to baste it, not baste it. We're just going to put that a little bit on there. And I'm just going to put just a little teeny bit of this flour mixture in with this. Flour. This is actually flour pancake mixture. Okay, so we got that in there. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and mix this flour and cornbread mixture up together somewhat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drain my pork chops, and I'm going to go ahead and pat it dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add we're going to mix this all together, of course, just mix it all together, and we're going to season our pork chops. All right. Okay, guys, so here is my pork chop, and you can see there's still a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan. And for that reason, I'm going to put a paper towel on my draining surface, and I'm going to go ahead and put my pork chops on the pan. We're going to set this here while I work. Okay, we're going to put all of these pork chops on this little... Well, okay, guys, this is where we're going to fast forward this video. We're just going to fast forward this little part where you see me putting the pork chops on the plate, on the thing here, and we're going to get right back to the regular speed. Here we are at the regular speed. Okay. Okay, guys, so I have a total of 12 pork chops here on the pan here. 12 pork chops. Press these pork chops to get the excess water out of them. I won't be pushing too much on my burner. Things that are up under here. Okay, guys, and since I've already patted it on the other side by way of having it soaking through there like that, I'm going to go ahead and set these pork chops over on this other pan here. And this is where I will be doing the seasoning. Fast forwarding for another second. And now we are back to the regular speed. Okay, guys. Well, okay, guys. So we're back. And guys, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and dab, like a little dab of this on each one of the pork chops. And then I think that's the best. Well, okay, guys, we're going to quickly fast forward again for just a second. And we're going to come right back right now they mix at regular speed. Way. In some future videos, you'll see me doing it a little different. So I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of this over, smooth a little bit of this butter mixture. Let's say butter mixture over just butter and a little dab of cooking oil is what it is over top of this pork chops on this side. Okay, so anyway, here is all the dry ingredients, and we're going to go ahead and mix this together. I'm going to take my hands and do it because somehow I just can't seem to get it all incorporated the way I want to do it. So guys, so we're going to go ahead and show you. Okay, so we got all of these ingredients together here in this little container here. Okay, guys, and now what we're going to do, we're going to just take a hand, just sprinkle a little bit over each of these pork chops here. Actually, I put a little more than maybe I needed to put over it. But you guys get the idea, right? And once you get that there, you kind of pat it down because you want it to soak into there. So this is where my hands will get dirty. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to bring you guys down just a little bit more, maybe. Okay, so this is what it looks like before I go and kind of, you want to blend it in as much as possible. So what you're going to do, you're going to pat it down a little bit. Now, I don't really need to be doing much patting, and the reason why that is because patting is more for like if I had not put the right here, if I had not put the butter mixture there. And now we got the one side done, and guys, what we're going to do, we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the other side the exact same way. Okay. And I could do these on this pan when I go a little bit of this mixture, butter mixture or margarine mixture. And when I say mixture, I mean that I got a little bit of both margarine and a little bit of cooking oil. I think so. Now we're going to use the same mixture on the pork chop, the other side of the pork chop. You can just lightly coat it. And I'm not going to pat this one down because there's no need to if I got the little a little bit of this witch comb on here. So okay guys, so I'm gonna save this a little bit because I'll probably make some gravy and this will go good. This seasoning will taste good in the gravy. Okay. Well, okay guys, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take this, I'm not gonna dip my pork chop in this. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit over my pork chop, a little bit over each one of the pork chops. Okay, just a little bit over each one of the pork chops. And once I put this on here, this is where I will probably go ahead and pat it in like that. I'm not going to drain the whole pork chops by submerging it into the flour. So I'm just going to kind of pat it like that. Because see, now I can pat it a little bit. I didn't want to pat the too much when I just had the seasonings on there because of by me using the butter mixture. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? You see where I'm going, guys, with this? All right. So let me let you guys see it up a little closer. So you see, guys, so that's what we got going on. Now we're going to flip this over, each piece over, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the back side. And this, again, this is cornbread, cornbread, or whatever you call mixture. I use the Jiffy cornmeal mixture, cornbread mixture, along with a little bit of flour. I call it pancake flour because it's the same that I use when I'm making pancakes. The mixture, okay? Okay, and then we got that, and now we're just going to go ahead and pat that. Y'all see my hands already got the, still got the little mixture on it, guys. The flour mixture. Well, okay, guys, so I put 1.5 tablespoons of cooking oil into my roasting pan here. So, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put each of the pork chops in this pan. I'm going to cover it with the pan with some aluminum foil, and then I'm going to cook it at 355 degrees. The instruction said 350, but I'm going to do that little extra 5 because sometimes my oven is off. Okay? It's off as far as just how much heat it's actually putting in baking. Okay, all right, guys, so let's do this. So let's get the pork chop in the pan. Go. I'm going to go ahead and lay the pork chops gently in the pan here. Well, okay, guys, so we're going to fast forward this so that the video won't be too long again. So, yes, guys, so here you are. You see me putting the pork chops in the pan. And we're going to go right back to the regular speed right now. Okay, so that worked out. I was able to get them all in the pan. And this is 12 pork chops, okay? Okay, guys, so now we got all the pork chop in the pan. And we are ready to put the aluminum foil on this. And we're going to put it in the oven. Again, at my temperature, 355. You would say 350 if your oven is holding in the right temperature. And it would be in there for a total of a half hour to 35 minutes. Okay? I may just not even use the aluminum foil, but I guess I better. I'm going to go ahead and use this somewhat. We're going to use it somewhat. We're not going to necessarily. It's because I want this to kind of like be in a frying, so I probably should actually take this aluminum foil off of here. But instead, I'll leave it in there, on there for about 20 minutes. And then I'll take it off the last 10 minutes for a total of 30 minutes. Alrighty, and so we're going to go ahead and get started now. I'm going to put this in my oven, and I'll be back at you. Alright, it's me, Bonnie, from Bonnie B. Hawkins Creative TV. So, okay, guys, so we got this in the oven, and I'm going to lay a little bit of the top because I really don't want to put the top on it at all, to be honest with you. But I'm going to leave it in there like that, somewhat, for just a little bit, and then we're going to take the top of the aluminum foil off of the pan and let everything kind of brown a little bit. All right, be right back at you. Well, okay, guys, so I decided to go ahead and make some gravy. So here I have the remaining from the flour mixture that I put on the cornbread flour mixture that I put on the pork chop. I added a little extra flour. I added a little extra flour in it, and but yeah, guys, so that's what we're going to be making our gravy with. All the mixture, the remaining of all that mixture that you've seen in the beginning that I used on the pork chop. And so this is browned enough. Now, pork chops, you don't want necessarily your gravy to be brown, because pork chop is a white meat. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and that's ready to make the gravy. As you can see, this is going to be some delicious gravy, guys, for this pork chop, because I'm using the same ingredients that I use for seasoning the pork chops, along with the cornbread mixture, or the cornmeal mixture, cornmeal flour mixture. Okay, just gonna pour all that water right in there. Okay, and guys, so while that's happening and my pork chops are in the oven still, I'm going to make some mashed potatoes. Okay. Yeah, the gravy is ready, no doubt. All right, guys, so my gravy for my pork chops is ready. And my pork chops is in the oven, and they are just about ready. And now I'm doing getting ready to do the potatoes. I'm going to peel and cut up these potatoes, and I'm going to make a little thing of mashed potatoes. Okay, awesome. But this gravy is ready, so I'm going to set this gravy here on this back burner, turned off, of course. And we'll set it back there out of our way here. And we're going to work with the potatoes now. All right, be right back at you. Well, okay, guys, look like my pork chops are ready. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the oven. Alrighty, the pork chops are ready. Some nice pork chops, guys. What do you think? Well, okay, guys, so we've reached the end of the video here. Thank you for watching Bonnie B. Hawkins Creative TV. Guys, here are the spices again that I used within the video of making my homemade pork chops. And again, I thank you for tuning in. And be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you'd like. All right, again, thank you for tuning in.